Namaskar. Hello, good evening. This is my first time in India, and it is a great honor for me to be here. Thank you, Uncle G, for having me speak. I'm very overwhelmed by this opportunity and to see all of these people here. I am from a small place called Trinidad and Tobago. It's 1.3 million people. That is less people than Bargarh district. It's a very small place. And in Trinidad and Tobago, we have very similar problems to the ones that you face here. But just to give you an idea, the amount of money that we spend to import food every year is 22 billion rupees, right? 20 billion rupees. That is how much we spend every year to import food. But what is happening to our farmers? I first got interested and involved in activism because they were trying to build 2 aluminum smelter plants in my country. And we were very upset about this, particularly one woman called Yvonne Ashby. And she said, no, they are not going to come and build this in my community. And the first group to be involved and to say no to the smelter plants was the farmers. Because the farmers said, we cannot eat industry. We cannot eat industrial plants. We want plants that we can eat. And if a country cannot feed itself, then it is a failed state. Right? So it is really important for me to be here and to be part of what is going on today, because so many of the issues that we face in Trinidad, climate change, lack of security of tenure for farmers, lack of support from government in terms of subsidizing what farmers need in order to face the challenges that they have to face every day. We do not have this support. And we have to ask what our priorities are as countries. Is it more important for us to launch a mission to Mars than it is to make sure that our farmers are not committing suicide? Is it more important for us to have industrial estates than it is for us to make sure that our children have food to eat? What will the future, how will the future judge us if we do not put things in place today to make sure that the future generations have something that they can claim? And this is also why I found it very important to become involved with a group called Foil Vedanta. And Foil Vedanta is an organization of activists who are sometimes based in England. And in England we have many protests to support the efforts of the people of Niamgiri. Because also too, where I come from, my ancestors, they were also tribal people. They were from Africa and they were from South America. And the people of South America were killed out in large numbers. And then they brought people from Africa to work on these huge farms. And then they also brought people from India and China and all sorts of different places to work on these huge farms. And now that colonialism is over, and now that they say that we have independence, we are becoming the colonizers of ourselves. So now India is doing the same land grabbing in Africa that we condemned Europe for 100 years ago. Now China is doing that same land grabbing. The same things that we fought for, the same things that our ancestors fought against, they are now trying to bring them back. And so it is not only important for us to fight against the corporations and fight against our states that act like corporations and treat us like employees when we are the ones who hire them. We vote them in, and the only time they ever care about us is when it is time for us to stain our finger and say, yes, we vote you in and we give you power. But that is not the power. This is the power here. We are the ones who have the power, and as soon as we realize that and understand that, we will make some difference. And so it is not just about us fighting against the corporations, but I have come here to learn from you so I can go back to Trinidad and tell my farmers, look, there are these thousands of farmers in Odisha, and they are doing these things to support their communities, and their communities are supporting them in these ways. We have a lot to learn from each other. And so if there is anything that I can share about our experience in Trinidad, and you can share about your experience here in Odisha, which is so beautiful and reminds me so much of my home. And the next time I come, I promise I will be able to speak to you in Oriya, so that... All right, so thank you very much, and Jindabad!